Hey everybody, it is me, Margaret, sheepishly sharing again. The name of this channel is Sheepishly Sharing, and what is it that I share? Well, hopefully it's something of value to someone. So every vloggy type vlog that I do, I'm sharing something that I really like. That might be related to my hobbies, which would be knitting and crochet, or life hacks, things like that, that just that I picked up and learned along the way and thought that you might be able to use as well. For instance, here's a few. I know I showed you my favorite Keurig K-Cups without plastic, but did I show you how you can modify regular K-Cups? Remember that you don't really want to eat anything that's been in heated plastic. So here's a quick solution. Some people can actually taste the plastic. I can, but this would solve their problem. Works like a charm. You may remember that I reviewed some food storage containers from Amazon that I really liked, but I see that Pyrex now makes the very same kind, but the price is so much better on the Mealcon ones from Amazon. These are so expensive, even on sale. Now, something else that I'm going to be sharing with you this year is my decluttering process. There's a site that I have followed for quite some time, but I have not taken that seriously. And for a New Year's resolution or goal or whatever it is we want to call these things, I am going to be following the Declutter 365 plan, and every day I'm going to do a little bit. And I decided that I would share this with you because, number one, it keeps me accountable, and number two, because I keep getting weird comments like, your house is so pretty and it's so neat. No, my house is, I'd hate this house that we're in because we left a house that we had actually built. This house has so many problems. We just got through replacing the 2 furnace units, the hot water heater, and you know what happened with the leaking washing machine, and because the house wasn't built properly, and it's a long story short. Did I say long story short? No, it is a long story that I'm not even going to go into. And I'm certainly not neat. I am messy. Now, I have been known to pick up clutter and clean underneath it and put the clutter back. I'm not dirty, but I am messy. Clearing the kitchen sink area is not normally a problem for me, but I did take this opportunity to sort of deep clean all behind here. This thing is actually too short. It only extends, you know, the water comes like right here, so it splashes everything, and it's kind of a pain. You have to constantly keep wiping this down. But I did take the opportunity to refill my hand soap. This is the moisturizing stuff because this kind of stuff dries us out. And I refilled this thing, which is the dishwashing soap. And then over here, I normally keep a small drying rack. I keep this on a towel for those quick things like spoons to stir Tucker's coffee and things like that. But you can see it's dirty, so I'm going to put this whole thing in the dishwasher too. And I will set that back up. So, check. Kitchen sink area done. So it's New Year's Day, and we have a custom of eating black-eyed peas for good luck. And I cooked a whole pound in the Instant Pot earlier today. And I have all this left over, but who wants to keep eating black-eyed peas, right? And once you cook black-eyed peas, if you do them the southern way, which is kind of squishy, you don't really want to freeze them again. So what we're going to do is make some black-eyed pea dip. So it calls for 2 cans of black-eyed peas, and since they're not in cans, I have to figure out how much. So I got this can out, and I can see that my 1 cup measurement is about the same size as the can as far as the width goes. So looks like a can is going to give me approximately 2 cups. That'll be good enough. And it called for a couple of tablespoons of jalapeno peppers, but I do not have any, so I'm using these green chili peppers. They'll just have to do. It said to get 2 tablespoons of the juice as well. These aren't all that juicy, so oh, poo. That ought to do. And then it called for half a medium onion. So Well, the next step is 3 cups of cheese. It says sharp cheddar, but I don't have that. I've got this shredded cheddar jack that we bought too much of when we were doing something for the schools. We have a whole bunch in the freezer. I very rarely buy pre-shredded cheese. I don't buy it for ourselves. This was required for a thing at school, so. This kind of cheese is coated in cornstarch, pre-shredded, to keep it from sticking together. And I don't want cornstarch with the genetically modified corn in my stuff. And then last but not least is, they called for garlic salt. I don't use garlic salt because we've got plenty of sodium in what we have right in this bowl. So we're just going to put plain old garlic powder. And I love garlic. So I am going to be very generous with my garlic. That's 1 tablespoon, and I think I'm just going to put a bit again in there just for good measure. I don't know how much that was. Preheat to 350. Now we'll start mixing this up, and I wish I had put it in a larger bowl. And you're supposed to smash some of these beans. Now if you're using canned peas, then you'll probably need to cook them a little bit to soften them up enough. But I did these in the pressure cooker, like I said, and so they're already soft and they will smash as I stir this up. I surely wish that I had put them in a bigger bowl. Now my recipe didn't tell me to grease my little casserole dish, but I did it anyway just for good measure. And again, I'll link this wonderful sprayer. It's a oil diffuser mister that I love, and I'll link that below if you are interested. But I greased it anyway just for good measure. So now we are going to cook it at 350 for 25 minutes. So here it is, black-eyed pea dip, all hot and bubbly from the oven. Now we have an impending move coming upon us here, and it could be this year or it could be next year. We don't know just yet. Thomas graduates in May, and we are going to, everything's still up in the air. We don't know what we're going to do. But I do know from moving here to the Atlanta area 3 years ago that moving is not fun. And I gave away tons of stuff. I sold some other stuff, and we still have too much stuff. So what I'm going to do is really get serious about decluttering. Plus, I just want to live in a nicer, neater environment, you know? January 2nd is to clear the kitchen counters, and admittedly, she said that it was going to probably take more than 15 minutes. That's the deal, 15 minutes a day for most people, especially those of us who are cluttery. So I'm going to go now, set the timer for 15 minutes, and let's see if I can do it. I have 2 real trouble spots in this kitchen, and one is this little desk area over here, which is a catch-all for a million things, including a pattern I found over there. There it is. And it's also where we have to put the crunchies for the kitties because we don't want Bentley to eat it. So it needed a good cleaning. And of course, all the stuff that's supposed to be on it has to be cleaned. And then I started over here on the other trouble spot, this island here. I had some arrowroot powder that must have been 5 years old or older. And then a whole bunch of things that were on the desk I'm going through here as well. There's coupons and expired coupons. There are receipts and all kinds of things that just needed to have a place. You see me plopping things down on the floor over there. I should have had a box, but those are things that belong in other rooms. The timer goes off, and that's all I got done in 15 minutes. So this is what I managed in 15 minutes. That's pretty much the same right there. Don't really know what to do with that stuff. And then, oh, I could put this away.
This is our microwave cover, which I guess we'll talk about cleaning appliances later, I don't know. But this desk was a mess. Most of the things that were on that desk do not belong here. Now I have to keep the cat food up here because cat food is really bad for dogs and he loves it. So that's just a weird thing we have to do at our house. These are some things that I have to do, like today, which is finish registering Buzzy's identification chip. These are coupons, and look, film. Where I found this not too long ago, and it's like, what on earth is that? So I can't wait to get those pictures developed to see what is actually in it. What I did not, oh, and I did the island, but what I did not get done was this. 15 minutes is a really short time if you think about it. All of these things, that was in the chair beside that desk over there. But all of this stuff was on the desk, but it belongs in other rooms. So I'm going to have to go and put all of that away before I do anything else. But then we look at yesterday's nice clean sink, and you can see how quickly it gets all messed up again. So I'm off the hook for January 3rd because I just did this task in the summer. Now, I mentioned to you recently that I was so excited because the person who helped me in this really big volunteer project last year, she has decided to take over for me. So I'm thrilled that I do not have that huge thing looming ahead of me. But then our parent coordinator at the school has found another job. So now I'm going to have to step in and help do whatever is necessary for our parents until we find somebody to fill that position. That's important to me. The school and things that are happening and parents who are sending their child to a boarding school for the first time, that's hugely important to me. It is a passion. So obviously that's going to be a priority in my life. I totally forgot to record a proper ending for this little vlog, so I'm leaving you here with some images of the professional monogramming machine at the school. I've always wanted a monogramming machine, but I don't deserve one because I still haven't figured out how to run my stupid serger. Oh well. Until next time, bye.